Alright guys, I think it's time that we talk a little bit about GOG.com. This was a video that I was going to make a long time ago, but it seems that waiting, or rather just not getting around to actually making the damn video, has proven to be actually the best choice that I could have possibly have taken for this. So why am I making a video on GOG.com? Well, you see, yet again, they have gotten themselves into a little bit of bother with the SJWs. This has happened time and time again since 2017. They keep posting things on Twitter. I mean, it's not necessarily just GOG.com, it's also, the parent company CD Projekt Red as well, with their other various Twitter accounts they use to shill various products. So, for example, the Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter account, but we'll get to that. They keep posting these posts. They're trying to, they like to be down with the gamers, because they themselves are actually gamers. They're one of us, and they like to participate in the community. They're a very community-driven company. There's nothing wrong with that. However, they keep making spicy tweets, and that's getting on the SJW's nerves. However, rather than just turning around to these people who don't even buy their games, who have a vested interest in attacking this company because they're everything that is anathema to what they consider the gaming industry and what it ought to be. So, for example, they're the complete opposite of companies like EA and Ubisoft, companies like that. Instead, they choose to grovel and kowtow to these people, even though most of their fans, their actual fans, don't give a shit about what they post unless it's actually unethical. So why they feel the need to grovel to the games press and these SJWs, I don't know. So let's take a look at the most recent example of their groveling and what causes groveling, and then we'll look into the past and try and basically tell GOG and CD Projekt Red in general that they need to grow a fucking spine. Now, this particular controversy started over when GOG.com decided to post a tweet that says, "Classic PC games, hashtag won't be erased on our watch." Yeah, how's that for some use of hashtags? Now, what is hashtag won't be erased? Why did this provoke the SJW's ire? Well, apparently this is their hashtag. It's a pro-transgender thing to highlight the fact that they won't be erased because of the Trump administration, basically saying that, yeah, we're going to reaffirm actual science and that we're going to have male and female only when it comes to, gender ticks on the applications, things like, you know what it is. Even though transgender people are male or female, that's why they call transgender, they go from one to the other. Apparently, the SJWs and these trans activists want to make out that they're some kind of separate gender when they're not. But anyway, regardless, GOG.com used this hashtag. Now, it's pretty clear from the way they've used the hashtag that they didn't understand the hashtag. To be fair, I don't think a lot of people really understand the hashtag. I think the hashtag has been used by a lot of people for different things recently. So it's not just transgender people that are being used in this particular way. It can be used for other things, as far as I'm aware. But regardless, CD Projekt Red got into hot water, and the SJWs, of course, decided to attack them once again. Even though it had nothing to do with transgender people, even though it was clearly not intended to be hateful in any way. I mean, look it, they're talking about classic PC games, and they're trying to look cool while doing it. It's a dad joke, it's a boomer joke, yet they get attacked. And of course, they had to start grovelling again. Yesterday, we posted a tweet containing a trending hashtag as a pun. The tweet was neither intended as a malicious attack nor as a comment to the ongoing social debate. GOG should focus only on games. We acknowledge that and we commit to it. Even though they already were committed to the games and were talking only about the games, they just saw some hashtag that they saw in their trending bar and thought, oh, that's very nice. That can fit with PC games being erased because, it's all code and data and things like that. They're just being idiots in this case. There's nothing wrong with it. Again, they've grovelled this time, and they're going to grovel again in the past. Let's take a look at some other examples of them being complete and utter spineless cowards. Now, the most infamous one, as far as I'm aware, is the Postal 2 controversy, where they posted a picture of Postal 2 that had a Gamergate joke on it, which was mocking games journalism. And the tweet is as follows: "A game that wears its heart on its sleeve, a sleeve that is rarely safe for work. Postal 2, Paradise Lost. No filter, no DRM. Games journalism. Committed suicide, August 28th, 2014. Complete with the main character pissing on the grave." Isn't that such a great little Easter egg? But no, apparently this was too edgy, too saucy for the SJWs and the gaming media, and they attacked GOG.com. And GOG.com, and of course GOG.com immediately had to apologise. We'd like to follow up on our recent tweet about Postal 2 to share our apology and a few thoughts. The intention behind our tweet was to inform about a release known for controversial content. Unfortunately, We failed to make the association between the image, the date, and an abusive movement. Our intention was never to hurt or condone hate. We have removed the tweet now. We clearly messed up here. Not only have they lied about potentially what their actual opinion is about, or at the very least the person running the account, but they also threw gamers and Gamergate under the bus by calling us an abusive movement. Nice attempt at trying to coat-out these people and try to look like good boys, CD Projekt Red. Yeah, why are you trying to become more like an EA, an Ubisoft, a Sony? Why are you trying to be like that? You're not one of those types of companies. You're a company made by gamers for gamers, yet here you are, throwing us under the bus because of a small minority who don't buy your games, who want to control how you make your games and how you talk on social media. Why? What is in this for you? I don't get it. But of course, we can't forget about racism now, can we? Now, why am I talking about racism? Well, you see, GOG.com decided to post about the glorious PC gaming master race meme because Terry Crews was doing like a sort of video series with him and his son where they had a bonding moment where they were basically building a gaming rig for each other. And it was actually apparently a really good video series. And Crews himself was also using the meme and saying he's joined the PC gaming master race. And GOG.com tweeted, "Glorious PC Master Race. Glorious." And obviously with a gif of Terry Crews being a glorious PC Gaming Master Race person. And of course, once again, they happened to get more SJWs attacking them. And then they had to apologise once again. Folks, I, the person tweeting this, want to apologise about the tone-deaf phrasing. Official PCMR is a community of awesome gamers and it's never an intention to be hurtful, but we should absolutely be more considerate regardless of intentions. It's so weird that you can't even parody white supremacist Nazi language. You just can't do that anymore because apparently that itself is racist. Even though this comes from a joke by Yahtzee of all people. But then again, he's not an SJW, he's actually quite the opposite, but maybe that's why they don't like it, because he's not one of them. But hey, again, apologising for things that they don't need to apologise for, which is a well-known joke amongst gamers. A well-known meme. But these are SJWs, they're not gamers. These guys are purely cultural parasites that are here to try and force gaming to become something that it's not. Something that they can easily control. And GOG.com is allowing them to do that. And then there was another example where on the Cyberpunk 2077 Twitter page, somebody on one of their recent trailers or something said something about "I want more guys," which could also be read as "I want more guys," and they posted a joke saying, "Did you just assume their gender?" Again, another trans thing. Even though it's nothing more than a little bit of light-hearted banter, apparently we can't have light-hearted banter with trans people because they might get hurt. This might encourage hatred towards them, as if treating them like abnormal people is totally not going to make them kill themselves more and actually become victims of prejudice, rather than treating them as normal people, worthy of banter and respect, right? Yeah. And of course, GOG apologised once more. Sorry to all those offended by one of the responses set out from our account earlier. Harming anyone was never our intention. At this point, it's becoming a running joke with CD Projekt Red and GOG.com. They make a post that's slightly saucy, slightly edgy, or just even innocuous. But because it has certain words in it that trigger SJWs, this creates an unneeded shitstorm. And then they have to apologise because they feel they're having some kind of PR backlash. Whereas if they just owned their shit, like Daniel Favre does, then they wouldn't be in this mess. They wouldn't have to be continuously having to delete tweets, having to appease a minority that doesn't buy their games, and they would also be far more respected by gamers. Instead, they'll rather throw their audience under the bus, throw gamers under the bus, because it's pretty clear that they kind of want to be part of the mainstream of gaming. They want to be the next Steam. They want to be a big AAA developer on par with an EA, with a Sony, a Naughty Dog, any one of those big companies. They want to be like that. And the thing is, they're not really like that. They're on the outside. Yes, they are a big company, but they didn't become a big company by being bought by another big conglomerate. No, they built themselves up through making great games and building a community that basically, has paid them their dues in many ways. Like, this is how they've become successful. They're a natural, organic company. And yet they're throwing that away. They're pissing all that away to be a part of a mainstream gaming industry that is dying. Do you really want to be a part of that? Why would you want to be a part of that? I mean, even when Ubisoft is saying that they can't be political anymore, or at least saying that games should not be overtly political, here you are, still kowtowing and still trying to garner the respect and sympathies of the SJWs, who aren't interested in your games. They're only interested in controlling your company, or rather controlling you in an indirect way, at least for now anyway. I'm sure you'll start trying to employ these people, and well, by then we can say goodbye to GOG.com. I mean, when BioWare has more balls than you, I think you need to have a good look at yourselves. So anyway, grow a fucking spine, GOG.com, please. Okay? Alright. See you later, guys. That's all I have to say. Goodbye.